When Shazam star Zachary Levi came out and openly endorsed Donald Trump for president of the United States, it turned a lot of heads. And you could tell by the attacks from the people in the mainstream media, from other people in the entertainment industry and in Hollywood, you could tell that they weren't very happy about that. If you don't toe the line in Hollywood, you get called out, you get canceled, you get fired. That happens all of the time. We're seeing a big lawsuit play out in front of our very eyes about what a company like Disney did to Gina Carano because she wasn't towing the political line. And now here we are a few weeks before the election, and Zachary Levi is once again out there telling everybody, telling people in the entertainment industry who have remained silent as of now, there's thousands of people out there that are scared to voice their support for Donald Trump, but if they don't do it now, it's not really going to matter. Zachary Levi schools Whoopi Goldberg, says Hollywood is dying. And of course, the Whoopi Goldberg reference is talking about what Whoopi Goldberg and the pointless, brainless hags over on The View had to say about Zachary Levi when he came out initially and openly endorsed Donald Trump. Let's, for a reminder of what that was, let's listen.
We are going to take back this country. We are going to make it great again.
Within my industry, as you can probably imagine, Hollywood is a very, very liberal town, and this very well could constitute career suicide.
So, okay. That's not necessarily true. From the beginning of Hollywood, it's always been a very right-leaning town. But yeah. I know you don't know much about the Hollywood history.
Let's stop right there. Okay, so from what, 70 fucking years ago? You know, back in the 50s, there was a lot of right-wingers in Hollywood. So you can't just say that. Let's take modern day Hollywood. Let's look at the modern scope of the entertainment industry. Look at the actors, the actresses, the people who are allowed to say whatever they want, and the people who oftentimes get punished for saying what they want. It is clear, it is obvious that the vast majority of the approved messaging in Hollywood of the people that are allowed to go out there and say those things, it's left wing. It is an extremely liberal town, at least when it comes to the people that are notable. Now, if you want to talk about some of the financiers, who knows, right? The people who might be a little bit more behind the scenes, the people who are just investors or whatever, who knows what some of these people's politics are? They might just want to make money. But when it comes to the actors, actresses, entertainers themselves, you can't say that with a straight face. That's just a retarded statement.
So let me school you. Uh-oh. We are, like America is, we're mixed. We're a mixed bunch. And sometimes it may seem like there's more Democrats, and sometimes it seems like there's more Republicans. But the truth of the matter is, very few people seem to bite it because they're Republican. Jon Voight, who is working.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, who is working. People are working. Stop that. It's more BS.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not BS. And Zachary Levi had a little bit of a response to that. My Nerdy Home clipped this out from Zachary Levi's Instagram Live, where he talks about Hollywood and the industry dying in general, and also about how many people are scared to come forward. The reason you can name so few people that are openly conservative is because there are so few people that are openly conservative in the entertainment industry. Let's listen to Zachary Levi.
Oh, and by the way, to Whoopi Goldberg and to Sonny and to all of the folks at The View, I don't think it's accurate to say that somehow Hollywood is both a liberal and a conservative town. To Whoopi's point, back in the day, there might have been a bit more of a balance, and there have always been more, let's say, conservative-leaning stars that have been able to say those things. But you really have to be at a certain level of your career in order to get away with it. Number one, but number two, that was also back then. And I think naming just Jon Voight and Dennis Quaid. And really, you only named Jon Voight, Whoopi. Somebody else had to help you with Dennis Quaid.
And just think about people like, say, James Woods, right? James Woods certainly has lost out on some opportunities. And James Woods, who was involved in one of the biggest movies of last year, Oppenheimer, who was requested to take his name. They didn't want his name to appear anywhere in the credits. They didn't want him attached to it because they thought there might be backlash. And James Woods says, you know what? I want this movie to be as successful as possible. That's fine. Do whatever you feel like you have to do. But that's where we are. if you have a conservative stance or if you vote Republican openly in Hollywood, you will be torn down, or at least they'll attempt to tear you down. Some people are too big to be torn down, certainly.
Of the thousands of actors in Hollywood that you could only name two, I think actually speaks to that. And what that means is there's plenty, and by the way, they have sent me lots of messages, plenty of people in my industry, in Hollywood, that are terrified to publicly say that they would vote for Donald Trump or be conservative in any way. That's why you don't see them. That's why they're not very prevalent or prominent, because they know that there's ramifications for this kind of shit. But like I said, y'all, our industry is going to be fucking gonzo. Like, it already is. We're getting eroded. The pandemic and the strikes and all of these things, they've already eroded it so much. So.
And it's not just that, right? We should bring up, it's not just about the pandemics, it's not just about the strikes, it's also about the product that has been coming out of the entertainment industry, the fact that there's so many more options available to people right now, and quite frankly, the fact that so many people are sick and tired of the political ideology that is prevalent in so many things that are produced in Hollywood right now. It's all combining to collapse the industry.
You know, my cry to all of you out there, you closeted conservatives, closeted Trump voters, y'all, it's now or never. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I do whatever you feel like you need to do. If you need to come out publicly and say it, if you don't, if you feel like you still can't, then don't. You know, I would never pressure you to that. But know that if what you're afraid of is somehow the backlash of an industry that's not going to exist very soon, then don't let that hold you back.
Pretty interesting perspective from Zachary Levi there. Hey, if you're worried about losing your job in an industry that in 5 years probably isn't going to be around, maybe that shouldn't be the determining factor. Now, I, for one, don't think that Hollywood endorsements are going to determine the outcome of an election. At least I fucking hope not, right? That would be insane. And I think personally, if you change your vote because an actor goes out there, an actor who plays a part, who plays a fake role for a living, comes out and tells you something about their real life experience or why you should vote for this person, and that's the primary determining factor in your vote, you might be a little fucking retarded. However, his point remains that no, there is not a massive amount of people in the entertainment industry that feel comfortable talking about voicing their support for Donald Trump because there is a double standard. Because Hollywood is a liberal elite town. I don't care what it was like in the 1950s. Just like this country is a little bit different than it might have been in the 1950s, Hollywood is certainly different than it was in the 1950s, and Whoopi Goldberg sounds like an absolute moron when she tries to imply that that's not the case. What do you guys think about Zachary Levi just a few weeks until the election, supporting Donald Trump and telling thousands of other potential people out there in the entertainment industry to step out of the conservative closet and voice your support? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.